So, hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of my D&D campaign, The Blight's Curse. I am so excited and nervous about this, and I hope everyone has a good time. Before we begin, how about we just go down the line and tell us who you are.
I'm Kagome. I play Dezo the Stubborn, which is a silver dragonborn
That's all. That's all we need to
druid.
know. Yep, that's all we need to know for now.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Selector Detector, and I play Quen.
Hello, everybody. My name is Soundwave, and I play Nephrite.
Hello world, my name is Game Superior and I play Abelios.
Hello all, pleasure to meet you. I am Stormcrow577. I will be playing Nal Rumek, the human sorcerer.
And last but not least,
I am Hidden Dragon, and I am playing Elige Deep Mantle.
all right. Everyone ready to begin?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you are.
Let's
All
kick
right.
it.
All right. Friends, colleagues, adventurers, new and old. Let me tell you a tale in the world of Alphateria. In the time before time, the gods looked down on this barren land that could be filled with hope and promise. 5 of those gods decided to give their blessings to the people to help prosper the years to come. Shati gave them crops and food. Ogma gave them knowledge. Torm gave them courage. Helm gave them the means of protection. And Mistra gave them magic. As thanks to the gods, the people built cities in their honor and houses for worship. When the gods faded into their own plane, the world grew with towns, stories, and friendship. But peace can only last so long. As more dangerous creatures and beasts start to roam the land, the people became fearful and distrustful for one another. Then one of the great cities, Greymore, disappeared until it was nothing more than a myth, a legend. But things took a drastic turn when the High Queen of Celis, Queen Wea II, was killed. High King Amazon ordered every beast and dragon to be killed, and to pass restrictions on Dragonborn, Tiefling, the Dwarves, the Elves, and the Orc races, and their way of life. The city of Baz holds strong words against the High King in this ruling, and soon began a conflict between the cities. So far it's remained a bloodless war for 30 years. But how long can it last? As for the other cities and towns, though they have to obey the High King's law, they don't want to be involved in any thought of war. You would think at these times there'd be little celebration. But that is where our journey begins. In a small town of Cannon, people have come from far and wide for the summer festival fair. There'll be music, good food and company, fun games to play, new wonders and experiments to see, and they even brought a wizard who can create fireworks. The thought of conflict and worries are far behind as people smile and have fun at the fair. And here is where we meet our first character. At the back streets of the city, you see a crowd of people gathering up their stuff to make way to the fair, setting up their booths and their wares. And over here, we have an older witch man with a moniker and a wristwatch, gathering around a bunch of dragonborns ready to move his wares. Yes, you all know what you're being paid here for? Get this stuff to my booth on the double. And here we have Sophia's character, right here, right next to one of her best friends. And Safara the sleep. So Sophia, what do you do?
Daiso is gonna look to him and it's like, yes, sir. And then she's gonna look to her friend and it's like, okay, you're gonna help me grab the crates and take them over to the stall.
She's got her arms crossed. If I have to.
Hey, the sooner we get this done, the sooner we can do what we want.
Yeah, and at least we're getting paid for it. You know how hard it is for us to get paid around here?
Yeah, yes. Don't remind me.
So once we're off, what are you hoping to do?
I'll probably see what else there is. I might probably do some of the games, if possible.
If they let us.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. But we'll see.
Cheer up. Try to smile a bit more. It'll be over once you know it.
Yeah, I'll try. How about you do the same?
Touche.
Yeah. So, and then she's gonna like grab a couple of crates and then bring them over to the stall and then drop them off.
Alright, as you do that, we are gonna move right to the fair. And as you can see, it is a hustling, bustling fair. They probably holding the record of the most people to come this year. So as you and your friend go and bring all that stuff to his cart, we are going to move to this tent right here. In this tent, we have the Wonders of the Crystal Forge, and a nice forge held back in the city of Nebula. Children and parents alike go inside to see the wonders of everything that's been held. We see We see a young man in a brownish waistcoat and fancy pants, complete in order. While we have a young girl showing her wares to the people. Soundwave?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our booth. We really appreciate you coming into our booth for all of these magical items, magical potions. We have everything from the armor enhancement all the way to your own personal design of a steel defender.
One of the people goes to the corner and notes the mechanical bird on its perch, and she's going, "Is that one for sale?"
Oh, she actually takes a note at the bird. Oh, you mean Zuri? He's not for sale. He's actually mine. And she actually holds her own arm out for him to perch a little bit closer. But if you'd like to take a closer look at him for a design of your own, you most definitely can. I assure you that he is up to the finest of code and he will behave himself.
The bird gives a bit of a squawk. And he seems, the young man's going, yes, if you would like to order, please come over here and fill in the paperwork. You're doing well today. Hey, Nepite.
Thank you, Albert.
So far we got 70 orders filled. It's gonna keep the guild busy for a while.
That is true, and I really do hope that Peridot is up to code. I really do hope Peridot has enough ingredients for most of these things. By the looks of it, we have over... Wait, you're kidding me. 25 orders for health potions? How dangerous are these adventures going on?
I don't know, that's why I usually stick to the paperwork.
Fair enough, fair enough. And out of the corner of the tent, Nephrite and Albite can hear a bit of a tick, 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 and a small explosion go off because she left one of her experiments out in the corner.
Okay, can you roll a d6, please?
A d6. It is rolling the dice.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ouch. That's
Yeah,
gotta
your
sting.
experiment pretty much blew a hole right in the tent. Above the tent. It's slightly catching
boy.
fire.
No, 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 no. Zuri, water, please.
The bird goes down and grabs like a small pail of water and flies up to put out the fire.
This was the 7th one today. I thought I had it right.
What exactly are you working on back there?
I'm trying to work on an enhancement for the Phoenix box that my father has. I wanted to make it a surprise for his upcoming birthday, but after 7 attempts, I still cannot get it right.
Maybe you should work on forge stuff when we're back at the forge.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And on that note, we're gonna cut to another person. In the middle of the fair here, we see a young man looking around patiently, waiting for someone.
You see a 28-year-old human, long sleeve tunic, and kind of looking around a little bit. Starts to finger at his the crystal around his neck and touches his with his other hand touches to his ear. Okay, Lori, I know you're around here somewhere. Just get it over with.
Make a perception check. Okay. You actually do see her coming around the corner here. Slightly cussing that she got caught.
Well, he just turns his back to her and lets her do it anyway.
She tries to prep carefully as she can and wraps her arms around you. You knew I was there, didn't you, darling?
Of course. Well, today was a rough day, and I had to catch up. It was just so frustrating having to deal with all those orders, and I just had to emphasize the point that we just weren't serving orc bacon anymore because too many people ordered it, and I just didn't want the pigs to become an endangered species.
Yeah, I know. If I had to hear one more order of bangers and smash and honey drizzle cream puffs, I'm gonna puke.
Oh, don't let it get to you too bad. Night's still young, and we can just enjoy ourselves now.
Yeah. It's luckily the boss let us off early. Oh, by the way, she gave us this. And she holds out like an expensive bottle of white wine that's like, it costs almost like a platinum.
Holy smokes, that's amazing.
Yes. She said it was for all our hard work. Thought that maybe we could share underneath the fireworks.
Oh, definitely. I even found a perfect spot for the two of us.
Really?
Promise you. Yep. I promise you. It's been a long time coming, and I hope we can both enjoy it.
So let's enjoy ourselves now. And I'm hungry. How about you?
Of course. Where to first? Because we were too busy to even take part in the fairs most of the time. So lead on.
All right. So she kind of leads you over here towards the food.
All right.
And as you two are having fun, we're gonna move on to the next person. And for that, we're going actually to the other side of the fair, right over here, where there's not much going on. It's actually one of the more quiet spaces in the fair. And over here, we see a young boy with his head covered up by a rug, by a shawl, as he makes his way down to the fair. So, Selector, what do you do?
Let me see. I'll be near the food by chance.
Okay, so you're gonna make your way towards the food?
Yep.
Okay, food is on the other side here.
He tries to let me see. I don't want to cause too much of a ruckus. I'm gonna see if I'm able to sneakily get to the food without anyone seeing me.
Alright, make a stealth check, please.
Got it. Come on. Oh, come on.
And you have it on set for GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, set that to public, please. But
Shoot.
I am gonna take your 6, and as you go, you see this old man here look at you pretty weird. Like, he's not even too sure what he's looking at.
He tries to run away.
Are you lost, child?
Yes?
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I just came here to see what this was. Sorry if I caused a problem.
No, it's no problem. Have you lost your parents?
You can say that.
Well, let's see if we can try to find a guard, and maybe they can help find your parents.
No, please don't. The man could see that Ken is shy and he doesn't really know what to say.
The old man holds out his hand. He's going, I'm not gonna hurt you. It's alright.
You sure?
He gives one of those, like, old grandpa smiles that beams with sweetness.
Quen holds out his hand. Quen holds out his hand and sets it on the old man's hand.
Alright. Let's go and try to find someone.
Alright.
So as these two are making their way towards across, we're gonna go and switch with someone else. Right here at the bottom of the fair, where we see a giant stage with a number of bards playing a merry tune, you also see a bunch of people getting way too drunk for their own good. And we also will cut to a table where we see these three knights just chatting and having fun. And we see this young man here coming to their table with more drinks. So game?
Ah, my most faithful companions. Here, another round on me. It's the least I can do for all the trouble I have put you over all these years.
The woman's going, it's no trouble at all. We're a team now. No, it's alright. And right beside her, near her, you see this wild man going, yeah. Yeah. Lost my voice there for a moment.
It's hard to do a guy voice, but...
Yeah, it really is. He's going, yeah, after the time you save all those women from the carriage, we deserve the celebration.
Now, no need to be too bashful. We do have virtues to uphold, my good man.
The older gentleman that you see across from you is going, indeed, it's one victory, but there should be plenty more. We cannot get reckless, and we cannot let our guard down. The younger man.
Oh, right. Oh.
Sorry?
Righto, but at the same time, one should always let up every now and then to enjoy themselves, because what's life without a little bit of fun?
The younger man's going, exactly! You got that loose, Tara. Smile once in a while. Well, live free. Go with the wind. Go with the flow, like me. And the woman's going, if we go like you, we'd be mostly flying in the wind instead of having our feet on the ground.
As wise as ever you are, Miss Aqua.
Someday, I hope you and Ben will get there. Anyway, a toast to us.
Cheer, 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 cheer.
Cheer. Alright. So we will go up now to our final person, which is right up here, near where you see most of the animal animal tents, and a little bit of some of the games here. And it's here we see Dragon's character.
I don't see myself on the board. Where am I at?
You're right up here. You see my ping? Yep, you're right here.
So, this is an interesting youngish man. He seems to have mismatched clothes. They are tight-fitting to where they don't impede his movements, but they are brightly colored orange, lime green, and purple. Seems to be kind of wandering around, looking at things with interest.
Alright, and as you wander around, your ears kind of pick up some movement right behind you.
He will turn to look.
And as soon as you do, you are met with a hug around the legs. From your sister.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, it's good to see you again, brother. This is, Preeti.
How are you doing, Prissy?
Good as usual. And behind her, you see her older sister, Joanna. She's going, you need to stop running everywhere. Very pithy. You know how tiny our legs are? Yes. But I just wanted to see my brother again. It's been so long.
So, he tends to tower over them. You know, he's, I believe these two are actually gnomes.
Yep, they're gnomes.
So he is 5 foot tall. So he is almost 2 feet taller than them. Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
But he kind of just, doesn't seem to mind the first girl hanging on his leg, and he nods politely at the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So how goes your attempts at the fair?
I'm running ragged, just trying to keep this one under control. It's so much fun! And the flowers, oh, I could just bury myself in the flowers all day. Yes, and I nearly got us trouble with the guards. And how have you been, brother? You still riding on that wagon of yours?
No, the wagon sank in the river. So now I'm just stuck with a tent. I'm not really sure who pushed the wagon in the river, so kind of an interesting conundrum.
Well, you know Mom and Dad always has the door open for you if you need it.
Yes, of course. But the house is getting a little bit crowded, so...
Well, some of us have moved out. I've been working here in the restaurant.
So, let us see what you have for things in the restaurant.
been a blast working there. The people are so nice.
That's good.
And Piffy here has been busy trying to dig up every flower she can get her hands on. That's not true. I've been working hard to make potions.
So I speak a strange word and I make a snapping gesture and like a crown of flowers appear on her head.
These are amazing, brother. You always know how to make the best stuff.
It's not permanent, unfortunately.
Okay, and as you guys talk, all of a sudden everyone starts to hear this. Everyone looks up and they see above them. Move the players over here. Beautiful fireworks starting to fill the night sky. A beautiful rain of colors sparking ever so lightly. Now can everyone make me a perception check with disadvantage?
You said perception?
Perception
Yeah,
at
disadvantage.
Dang it.
10.
How come I get sucky rolls at the beginning?
Yeah, at this point it's better now than later.
Never mind.
You're not the only one that has 10.
No,
I got 8.
I have 2 11s.
Yeah.
Give me a second and I will roll for Zuri. If that is possible for me to do his at disadvantage.
I will allow it. I will allow it.
And one
17.
more for...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking the 17. Okay, pretty much anyone under 15 does not notice it at all. However, Dragon and Zuri can kindly squint their eyes and see one of the fireworks is not bursting. Like there's almost an orb of color in the sky that's not bursting like any of the other fireworks. And as you ponder and wonder what it can be, the bursts open and creating a crack in the sky as everyone wonders what the heck is going on. You start to see fire burst down from that crack and landing right next to you. You can hear people screaming as they try to run for cover, trying to figure out what is going on. How do you guys react to it?
The first thing Ibelio says is he turns to Terra Aqua and he kind of tells him to get behind cover, move.
Okay, that's you.
I follow the man who I'm with.
All right, and he's trying to run for cover too.
Clem follows him.
Sophia?
I will get my...
Daiso grabs her friend's hand and ducks and tries to hide for cover, but keeps her eyes on the thing.
Alright. Dragon?
So I would motion to the two girls to run for cover and assume a protective defensive position.
Alright. Sound waves.
Since Zuri was the one who noticed, he's going to alert Nephrite, and the both of them are going to head back to the booth and try to hide under cover.
Alright, and finally escape. Sorry, Stormcrow. Hello?
Storm?
Storm's muted.
Lost him.
Oh.
Sorry, I was muted. Nolan just rubs the bridge of his nose and says, "It was going so well, and something like this had to happen." He looks over to Lorelei. "Lori, looks like we have to do this again. Get ready."
Alright. And as all of you do your things, you all look up to see a fireball heading towards you, and you all black out.
Oh,
Yep, you all black. As soon as you look up and see the fire heading towards you, you all black out. Now I need everyone to roll me a flat 20.
What's a flat 20?
Just a
From the dice roller.
Mhm.
Whoa, 18. Finally, I got a good one.
Guess I don't remember how to roll on this thing.
Is /R D20 or /roll D20.
Or you can use the dice, or you click on the dice roller underneath the tool in the little toolbar to the left of the screen.
That is
There
true.
we go.
Underneath the ruler.
Yep. Oh,
I got you.
and I'm sorry, I did not move you guys to the picture where they had the little crack in the sky.
Okay.
Holy crap, that's
Holy-
terrifying. God, that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
oh boy.
That's more than a crack.
That's more like
That
a
is
frick.
that
That's
is
more.
a rip.
That's more like a freaking thunderbolt.
Yep, this is the crack in the sky and the fire spewing down from it.
You call that a crack? It looks more like a thunderbolt.
Broadway sister. That is not a crack, my dear. That is a rip in the space-time continuum. Dr.
Yes.
Call. What did you do?
I made
That
this
is a
campaign.
rip.
I made this campaign. That's what I did.
I have a feeling I'm probably gonna regret joining this campaign.
Okay.
No.
Maybe.
We are the new welcome to the show, but instead of this being the season 2 finale, this is how we're kicking it off.
Oh
Yes.
God. I would have been fine if we were just stuck in a cage or something.
Funny.
No.
Funny you say that.
I'm sorry.
Really?
Because Selector, you're the first one to wake up. And as you do, come on, you.
Did I seriously just
You
get a
called
kick
it
in?
right.
Did I just seriously get a kick in the mouth?
Yes.
God damn it.
Okay, what is going on here? Why can't
Here,
I reveal?
Here, I can try to get my character in.
No, your character is in. It's just the fog effect's not working.
Yeah, because
The
I can.
fog of war effect is.
Actually, I can't see it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you
it's
can't-
because the fog of war is.
Sometimes you have to click on the reveal more than one time.
is at times like these, I wish there was just elevator music for waiting.
I got elevator music if you need it.
Heck yeah, let's
No.
do it.
Da, 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 da.
Jeopardy.
So now you can cover over who you want, or you can leave this to where people can see their tokens. But remember that you cannot see each other.
There's a room
Got
that
it.
has no character in it.
I believe that was deliberate.
I think that is intentional.
Yeah.
Ah, alright. Anyway, Kren wakes up. Uh, uh, where am I? Oh, my aching head. Oh, my
Yeah.
head.
Okay, first of all, is everyone back?
Yes.
Not
Here.
yet.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe we're missing a Durgan.
I am here.
I will be back in a second.
Okay.
You're just missing a Sophie.
Well, anyway, do you mind if I can roll perception to see where I am?
Yes, you can.
Alright, gotta make sure it's normal. Yep. And... dang it.
Okay, I would say for that roll, you see the stone walls on this side of your room, this side of the room, and this side of the room, and you see here bars.
He goes to the bars to see... He goes to the bars to see what's outside them. Well,
Okay, you see the dimly lit room. Not much in the way of light. And you can see... You can see... come on, you. You can see with your vision
not-
roughly this much.
huh? Huh? Hello? Is anyone out there?
You can see right here a guard, but he does not acknowledge you.
He goes back to the center and just curls up. And then that's it.
Okay. And around this time, we see Storm's character wake up. Your head's throbbing too, and you feel the thin layer of grass beneath you.
He wakes up with a start, looks around. Lori, where'd you go? What happened to the fireworks? Where am I? The cell seems a little familiar. It's like, no, not again. I thought I was over this. 15 years? Come on. No, 13 years. It's been so long since I've been in a space like this. No, not again. He just backs to the wall and just, like, completely shocked his situation. Drops to his knees. I'm all alone again. No.
Okay, and around this time, Dragon's character wakes up, along with Soundwave's character. Again, like the other two, your heads are throbbing. You feel the thin layer of straw beneath you, as well as an aching of pain. However, Nephrite, can I get you to roll a perception check for me, please?
Okay, perception coming right up. If I can get to it and hopefully get a good roll. Except the normal.
Well, you got better than I did.
Well, it's not a hard DC. As you rub your head in pain, you notice something on the back of your hand. It looks like
What?
It looks like a green scar going across your wrist, the same color as the rip from the sky.
What? Ow, my head. Ow, ow, ow. So many questions are buzzing through my head right now. I really need to try and concentrate. Wait, Zodi, please give a squawk if you can hear me, please.
You hear this tiny ah as you look towards your belt to see Zuri sort of like hanging off of it, trying to look more like an ornament.
Thank the gods we're okay, and we will. As clever as you are, I have so many questions running through my head. Ow! I have to worry about you, and then the whole ripping the interdimensional planes, and now I have a emerald scar on my arm. Is there anyone out there who can try to explain anything that is going on right now, please?
My character can call out. It's like I can't explain, but I am here. Assuming my character can hear me.
Yeah, pretty much through all your screams, you can hear each other.
Also, we heard the child and the human, and we can. Oh boy. She is not at the maternal age as of yet, but me as a player, I am. Mama bear instincts activate.
Oh my gosh, no!
We don't need another cedar.
No, agreed. No cedar.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Cedar is my character in Dragon's campaign. I'm sorry, the mama bear of the group.
Yes,
Yes.
and you are terrifying.
And that meme will never die.
No, it won't.
But
And neither will the terror you bring.
But second character, back to the nervous wreck.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so as you guys sort of scream out your worries and sing, the other two start to wake up. Again with head throbbing, bit of pain somewhere in your body, 3 stone walls around you, and bars in front of you.
It's like, ow, my head. What the heck? Hit.
Oh my gosh. Aqua, Ven, Terra, whenever we get back to what we were doing, please, I need to go see a doctor or something. Jesus Christ. And Neville's just gonna casually just kind of look around to see what his surroundings actually are, and he's just like, oh god, they're not even here. Oh, okay.
And Dezo is gonna like, Zara? Where are you?
Yep. And as everyone is screaming, you do hear another voice coming from the cell right beside Nephrite and Achi. A soft moan of a woman. What happened? Where am I? What's going on? Can anyone help? Someone help!
There are people here, but we are also within cells. Try not to panic yet.
Okay.
Try not to panic. Try not to panic. Try not to panic. By the gods, what do you mean try not to panic?
Panicking clouds your judgment.
Okay, okay. Calm down, Nephrite. Calm down. Calm down. Everything will be fine. Everything will be cleared up. Calm down.
All of a sudden, you all hear a slam of a door. As each of you looks out into the room, I'm gonna do this to make it easier. You see a couple of guards posted. You see a woman with long black hair tied up in a messy ponytail, wearing what looks like a lavish red lab coat with a white shirt, and tight pants, with a notepad, and a soldier beside her with heavy plated armor, black fur around his neck, and a tarred cape. And she starts to walk around the room. And writes on her notepad. Subject 7824 seems to woken up. Clear delirious. Normal reaction. She walks over here. Subject 765572. Delirious. Fearful from the looks of things. And she has this sadistic smile. You look like you're gonna be fun to take apart. Subject 84-7821. Stone face from the looks of things. Touch of fear. Quite credible physique. No doubt a prime experiment. Subject 89210. Fear. Trying to keep calm under the level, but no doubt only putting on the show. Should be interesting. Subject 97210 seems to show early signs. Should not take her that long. Experiment 10-720-465. Wimpy. Softness. Inviting. There's an air around you that's unique. Gonna be interesting to see what you become. Subject 11265021. I see you've already dabbled a bit with magic. We'll see if we can put you through the ringer, and hopefully you'll be hopefully you'll be worth something at the end. Ugh. I know. I really do hate this silence.
Since you do not acknowledge us as people, I refuse to acknowledge you as such in return.
I like your spirit, sir.
Why are we here?
Why? As if that's a silly question, little beast. You're here to perform my experiments.
What kind of experiment are you talking about?
Something for the greater good.
I swear to God, if I see the GIF.
Always for the greater good.
Answer me this one question. Is this the first time I've been in this lab, or did you find me again? Did you do this to me? He pulls back his sleeve and he reveals, and Null reveals, silver dragon scales along his forearms.
My, you really are full of surprises. But no, if it was from me... She goes up to you and kind of leans her head to your bars. You would never leave. Though I should consider taking a look at who did this to you. If it's worth our cause, it could be quite useful.
Then what causes that? What cause allows you to kidnap innocent beings for your own sick gain?
Like I said, for the greater good of this world.
And what world would it be?
Ours, of course. By upgrading people, we can make it a better society. And soon, we would be able to hit reset of the world, making it better than it was before. And you, Seven, will help us with that. Ma'am.
And if we refuse?
Well, there's only one place for those that refuse.
Name where?
She gives a smirk and says nothing.
I figured as much. And then she's gonna like mumble underneath her breath. It's like a bunch of lowlives.
All of a sudden, you see the soldiers going, "Ma'am," and whispers into her ear. Already? But they just woke up. I need more time. He says now. Ugh. Fine. Make sure they don't cause any trouble, she tells the two guards as the two of them leave the room.
Dazo is going to try to use her claws to pick the lock on her cell door.
Okay.
Without alerting the guards.
Okay. I would say for that, to do that, it is going to need a combination of stealth and what do you think, Dragon? Picking a lock from your claws. Would that be intelligence or wisdom?
Is she proficient with thieves' tools?
Herb kit. I don't have these tools.
So you can. So it depends on how you're treating the use of thieves' tools. Do you want to have my commentary? Because I don't want to interrupt your normal game. This is the kind of this is kind of what I try to explain out of between games.
Yes. If you were proficient in thieves' tools, it would be great. But since you don't have thieves' tool and you're using your claws,
So it would be dexterity at disadvantage.
yeah.
Okay, so stealth.
Okay, stealth is good.
Dang.
Wow. That's better than what I got.
And said dexterity.
Dexterity at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oof. Good stealth, but.
Yeah, crappy.
Yeah. You try to pick the lock as best you can. You are quiet about it, but as you're near the final pink of the lock, you broke your nail.
Ah.
Knew that was gonna happen.
Quen gets up. Is there a bar next to the cell? Like, can Quen hear Danzo?
Denzo?
Yeah.
Yep, he can. Since you're right beside her, you can hear Denzo. Oh, whoops. Yep, sorry. That's on me. Sorry.
Yeah, her bad.
Yep, my bad.
Good. Just
Alright.
Yeah.
Quen goes over. I wouldn't do that if I were you. If you manage to escape, they'll just punish you when they capture you again.
Yeah, at least Sam can actually try to escape. But if any of you have any keys, that'd be great. Because I just broke a claw.
What's the point?
Point is, I don't want to be used as a lab rat.
You hear the woman over here going, "Yeah, neither do I."
Well, it's better than that than dying.
They will probably slowly kill us when they're done with us.
Is there like a window next to Danzo? Like Danzo's cell?
There are no windows.
You can just hear the anger in her voice. She is pissed.
You see this guard going across, and he's banging on your doors, going, "Quiet down."
See? Told you would get in trouble.
It's like, and then Deza glares at the guard. It's like, "Bite me."
You probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
it's best to just be quiet.
Yeah, he actually gets very angry, and it kind of goes this guard going, "Cover me." As this guard opens the door, having a battalion in hand, and gets ready to fight you.
See?
Can you roll for initiative, Denzo?
Yep. Just give me 1 second. Oh, wait. Yep.
Wow, 18, not bad.
Yeah, that's
Great.
It depends on what the guards initiative is.
Yeah, that's what.
Ooh.
Well.
Yes.
I was gonna be surprised if he got a nat 20.
No, don't jinx it.
Too late.
Nope, I pressed the wrong thing.
Oh.
Oh, no.
See?
Matt.
Told ya.
No. She put that on the wrong. Oh, yeah, that's for the guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guard's initiative. They match.
So.
Unless she did the 12, but yeah.
See? Told ya.
Because this one was my bad, I'll do the 12. I'll give you this one time.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and roll, because I forgot to hit click, and then roll.
Yeah.
You could just do that and then replace the one that you got earlier.
Yeah, I
will. Never mind.
That is so much better. Alright.
Either way, I'm gonna be going first. Either way.
Alright, so what are you gonna do?
Well, going to thwack with... Yeah, I'm going to thwack it. And with... Let's see. Do I have any... Okay, I have no other good things on that. Okay, never mind.
You could always just hit him with your claws and then beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I need that on my attack list for claws.
Oof.
That'd be more on either dragon or I could do that. Didn't know that. But anyway, I'm gonna do this.
Oof.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does not hit him.
I figured.
Yep, and he will attack you with an unarmed. Yep, an unarmed strike.
What are the chances he gets a higher roll than your
Okay,
AC?
that matches my armor.
Oof.
So you still have
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I only take 6 damage.
Luckily, actually, if I remember correctly, don't dragonborns tend to have a lot of HP?
It depends on the class they have.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, Sophia?
Okay, and then... Well, no, was one-handed. Let's try with two-handed.
That's
Okay,
worse.
not much better.
Hey!
Yep,
Seriously? I do good with the initiative. I get crappy attack rolls.
Now you know how I feel.
I'm literally just a beak.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
No, it's not.
Shout out to Jovial.
Yep, so he's gonna attack again with an unarmed strike.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
Yep, unfortunately it does.
Mm-hmm. Another 6. 13, 12, 10, 8,
Okay.
7.
And by this time, the second guard kind of comes in and is going, do you know what happens if we accidentally kill one of these test subjects? Enough!
Then let us out.
We can't do that.
And why not?
Because if we don't follow her, she'll kill us.
Follow who?
The order. Why are you telling her? Hey, hey, it's important that we be truthful about these things, no matter how harsh. Yeah, but that harshness is going to get us into trouble.
What trouble will you get into if she is not here to hear?
You kidding me? The Order has eyes everywhere. They say that they can even see you in your sleep. And that magic that lady does. You don't want to know what happens to the past victims.
Oh,
What?
I'm betting a pretty well guess since we got captured and they're not here.
Oh, they're here, alright. They're everywhere.
Yeah, probably monsters.
Quen goes up. Quen goes up to the bars a little bit. Excuse me, by any chance, would you know my mother? Her name is Mira.
Mira. Never heard of her.
Her name is Mira Flaretone.
Nope. Never heard of her.
Alright, thanks.
Velus is gonna kind of like wave his arm out of the bar and be like, "Alright, I have a question."
Yeah?
So, the lady that I guess is the head boss around here, she said that there's 7 of us. What happened to all the other people at the fair?
They were all taken either here or in the other location.
What did you do to Lorelei? Tell me right now!
What did you do to All Might?
We just did our job. We took whoever was unconscious and brought them here.
You endangered the lives of innocent people that were just enjoying their lives. How dare you!
Look, we just do our jobs. That's all.
Doing your job? No, you don't understand. In war, all following the orders of others does not excuse you from doing bad deeds. I learned this the hard way. You must choose what path you are going to follow.
Look, either we do this or we die.
Which is
Who's
worse?
to say that was
dying? Dying for something you believe in? To save those that you care about? Or hurting everyone simply because you're so much of a coward you can't face death?
Achi, can you make a persuasion check for me, please?
Sure.
This is where we see the nat 20.
Doubt it.
Josh, both of you, we are not jinxing.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Hold it.
perception.
You both jinxed it.
we hit perception.
Yeah, that's
There.
better.
That's better.
That's better.
Jinx.
But still, you both jinxed it.
Well, you affected it, but you didn't jinx it.
Yep, so both guards kind of looking at each other and going, unsure. Sure. And they're going, you know what would
Why
happen.
How is that last person out of their cell?
The guards forgot to lock the door as they left.
Ooh.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that they weren't accidentally doing something they shouldn't be.
No, they pulled a stormtrooper. Out of character. They pulled a stormtrooper.
Oh,
Dude,
seriously?
I love that. Dude, I
Boo,
love that. I love
stink.
that. I love the one. I love the one where they unlock the door, and then leave the keys on the ring on the inside of the cell. It was great.
Yeah,
only a trooper.
Yeah.
Only a trooper.
Yeah, Deza is gonna like unlock all the other cell doors like stealthily.
As for the guards, they kind of look at each other, unsure of what to do because they don't want to die, but at the same time, the wizard, the guy makes a compelling argument, and he's going, look, we don't like this job any more than you do, but you're right. We can't see innocents hurt in this, and though I'm afraid that it's too late for a lot of people, we can at least try to make good conscience with you guys. And he starts to unlock the doors.
Okay. I will come out. So you will have to make a choice now to either go back to those that you care about or join us in resisting whoever it is that's here, since they choose to not reveal themselves or even treat people with any kind of real respect. I mean, numbers don't convey meaning except as designator.
Are you sure to?
Quinn, come out.
You sure it's all right?
She's gonna. Yeah.
Wait,
Dreza's.
Nephra's actually coming over with Zuri.
Yeah. Dezo's gonna
And
grab Quinn's hand. It's like, come out.
Ah.
no,
Thank you.
He kind of stumbles a bit since you kind of pulled him out of the cell.
Yeah, she was like kind of gently tug, but not like real hard tug.
Oh.
He will look at the guard.
Will like
Then
extend her hand.
Mm.
Yep. And you see this woman run towards you, Daisel, going, "Are you okay? I heard they hurt you."
It's nothing. I had worse. I had worse for my homeland.
Yep, and she will cast for you. Come on.
I wish. I can
It's
go.
not much, but I hope it helps.
Yeah. I just hope that we can go back to our home. I'm hoping that my mother and father are okay. And my friend. I'm hoping that they did not get her. Because if they did, you're gonna see like really, like, almost like sparks in her eyes that she is pissed. If like with from her anger, it's like if they had gotten my friend and they hurt her, they are gonna have to deal with me.
Well, hopefully your friend would be one of the lucky ones so far.
I hope. If not, they won't will regret even meeting me.
That makes
Look.
2 of us.
We can try to lead you guys to the exit. We could try to play that we're just transferring you. But we don't know how long that's going to work for. And
Well, wait. What about the others that are here? I'm sure some of us are a little curious to see if the people we care about are here still or not.
if
Took
they
the words
were,
right out of my mouth.
if they were, then it's most likely that they're no longer the people you know.
I would rather have that see for my own eyes than take the words of people who had us captive.
Look, we can show you one room, but that's it. Otherwise,
It would have
we've
that would have to be one room each because all of us have different loved ones.
Yes.
Yeah, but some of them might not be here. They might be in another location.
At least let us look in the rooms to see if they are here.
my friends, I know that you're concerned about your loved ones. I am also concerned about mine. But we cannot waste time because, as the guards have said, these people seem to have a way of knowing what is going on. Perhaps a magical, perhaps otherwise. We need to find out who we're dealing with and how best to combat them. I, for one, would like to actually get to who is behind this and stop this from ever happening again.
You make a
If we
point.
can find, if we find other people's loved ones in whatever condition that they are in, if they can be identified, we will certainly do so if we can. But we need to find out who we're dealing with and how to best counter what they are doing. Because without information, we're just punching in the dark. I do have some experience with warfare. I was a soldier, and I am a war mage.
Yeah, you do make a point. Even if we were to do something now, what if there was something down the lines where we needed to do something later? We wouldn't have the time. He makes a point. We gotta just get down to the root of the problem.
Cut it out. Cut the problem off at the root, and the branches will die. So, my name is Elise.
Oh,
And I
I'm sorry.
look forward to being your companion.
Is this the part where we all introduce one another? My name is Avelios. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Yeah, I'm Noel Rumack. I worked at the tavern over in Kayum. To be honest, I was planning to propose to my girlfriend tonight, and son of a gun, I'm end up here. What the heck?
Whatever that was that caused the rift, that is not a small amount of magic. And I'm assuming that it actually cost whoever did that a great deal of effort, time, and money, and is not something that they can do too often. At least I hope not.
One of the guards perks up and says, "Yes, the woman who was in here, she did that. And it took a lot of effort of Halliford to do that."
Hopefully she can't do it too often. So we do need to keep in mind that we are dealing with people that are very powerful or have access to very powerful items. So let us proceed with caution. Let me know your skills, friends, so that I may better incorporate you into tactical strategies. Please understand that I am not trying to make myself the leader. I am simply offering my expertise to the group.
No, I get it. You're a veteran at this kind of stuff. I would understand.
I was not an officer, so I do not consider myself qualified to be a leader, but I can be a little more tactically minded than most wizards would be.
Yes. I guess you can call me support kind of person. My expertise is channeling power through my god to be able to support and heal others.
You hear the woman beside you right here going, "Really? Me too. Though I use it more for attacking and healing people. But that's it. And my name is Aerith, by the way."
So we have 2 clerics. Am I understanding this correctly?
A cleric and a
not
paladin,
quite.
if I'm understanding correctly.
I was gonna say not quite. I'm paladin.
And I'm a cleric.
So we have a paladin and a cleric. What else do we have?
Well, Noel speaks up. I have some arcane abilities, mostly ice magic. I guess there's no beating around the bush. I was experimenting on with silver dragon blood, and that's how I was able to use this kind of magic.
So yours comes through innateness and not through study. That would make you very similar to a sorcerer.
Indeed.
Yeah, Dezo's gonna look at. What did you say the character was?
No.
Lee.
No. Okay,
No.
Neil. No. I'm gonna say Neil. Is that okay? No. She's gonna look to Null and she's like, you said silver dragon. Is that correct?
He responds in Draconic, indeed.
Then she's gonna respond back, I am from the Silver Dragon clan.
My apologies,
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt your private conversation, but the rest of us don't speak Draconic. At least I don't.
Daisa's gonna look to Aisha or something.
Ali.
Oh,
This is
Ali.
elite.
Ali. Okay. Daisa is gonna look at Ali and she's gonna say in common, Noel had mentioned that he was also said something about Silver Dragon, which is what I am. Where I came
just to make
from.
sure that I'm understanding correctly, out of character, Daiso is a dragonborn.
Yes, Dragonborn.
His connection to the dragon, from my understanding, is different than yours. It is.
Okay,
yours is was this manner.
one of the guards is kind of say, okay, can we do the rest of the introductions later? Because if Altair comes back, we're all dead.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Funny
So-
enough, I actually do agree with the guards.
Fine.
Okay. Yep. So
Yep. Follow us.
He will follow the guard. Yep, he will follow the guards. You'll have to you'll have to reveal the rest of it.
Okay, and we will flip you. Where'd that room go? Oh no.
Like magic.
It magically vanishes the black void.
Oh, crap. I think someone got rid of one of my floors.
Me?
Oof.
Are you talking
Ooh.
out of character?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm currently signed in as a player, so I can't. You
Yep.
need me as a GM?
Oh, I see it. I see it. I found it.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
so-
found it in the black void.
Yep, I found it in the black void. It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Hopefully.